That's another level,
Uncle
though.
Tom. We know Uncle Tom was true.
Nah, it's not another level.
I know, brother. Come on now. I'm just using it. What are you talking about, bro?
So let me ask this question. Knowing what you know now, and seeing some of the atrocities that you've seen, in, let's say, Nigeria, Liberia, Sierra Leone, places like this, Rwanda and everything else like that. Knowing that they fight amongst themselves, are we any different than they are?
I mean,
because we fight amongst ourselves.
First of all, you have to take the concept of utopia out of the conversation. There is no place that is a utopia. If you think of a utopia, you're going to be deluding yourself and those that you talk to. Humans are humans wherever you find humans, and humans have human dynamics. And so the fact that you find people that are doing atrocities to people of the same color, same area, same region, is nothing different than just what's been going on in history since time immemorial. But you just have to look at what hand has been played. That's all. Just look at the causes of things.
Yep.
Just look, not blaming it. Yeah, not blaming it, not stagnating your future progression and your future movement, but just understanding the dynamics that you're going to have to deal with as you move forward.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Yeah, so take this whole utopia conversation out of the mix. Even Kemet was a utopia.
We know Kemet
was
a utopia.
Well, the reason why I brought the utopia idea in is because...
Yo, lighten up, family. I got a jet.
Okay, well, I love talking to you guys. Trust me. The reason why I brought that out was because the way we talk about African and how we relate to them and how we feel disconnected from them, a lot of stuff comes from this romantic ideal that we're going to live in this great utopia. Now, I'm not trying to put anything back down and stuff like that. Myself, I would love to live on the islands, Jamaica, Trinidad, and all this stuff. I think it's beautiful there, right? Okay? I have this grand illusion about living there, okay? But when I talk to the people that are struggling and living there, they give me a different perspective. And I don't feel so disconnected from them. Because when I talk to people that look like me and we find shared values, shared cultures, even shared foods. So are we really that disconnected from our brothers in Africa? Are we really that far disconnected from them? Or we're not working hard to bridge that gap?
I'd say yeah, because we don't bond with them. Like, you could be disconnected from anyone. I feel like you could be disconnected from your cousins, your brother, your sister. Like, but if you spend time with them, you bond with them, you get to know them, you commune with them, you grow a relationship. And our relationship with Africa is all over the place. I mean, how often do we visit? You know what I'm saying? How often do we travel? How much do they know about us in person versus what they see on TV or movies? So
what about what we know about them in person and what we see on television?
Why don't we have black-owned schools where it's literally prescribed to visit Africa before you're even in the 7th grade? You feel me? Like, why don't we have that?
We should be able to travel the world. We have field trips. We have field trips in school, but we only travel to certain places. But if we travel the world, have a better perspective of people.
Man, I noticed that these crackers have these kids visiting Europe before they even think about visiting Africa.
Yeah, definitely.
Visiting Africa.
It's a rite of passage. It's something that all cultures do.
Well, Nature Boy, I think you had your hand up. What was you gonna say?
All cultures that migrated to America.
First of all, peace to the...
Wait, guys. What do you need to say?
Does somebody have a TV on in the background?
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I be watching the news. I be trying to fill my brain. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me...
First of all, Grand Rising, Atum, to everybody on the panel, to the hosts, How you doing? Peace, God. I would like to first say I apologize to Kanuki for being disrespectful to her when she came to my panel. And I just wanted to say, as a man, I stand corrected and I apologize.
Well, we appreciate that. You good, bro. I love number love.
I accept your apology, but you know what? It didn't affect me in like a bad way, you know, because of the person that I am. You know, I just you know, stuff don't affect me like that. You know, and I know you probably was shocked that I even brought you on, because that just lets you know that what happened didn't affect me like that. You know, I don't have a hate bone in my body. That's not what I'm about. You know, I'm always about love.
Question.
That's powerful.
I have a question.
That is so
powerful. I have the same.
God power.
I'm good, King. How are you today? I have the same thing. I've been watching you, Nature Boy, for a while, and I'm not one of your critics. So don't go there with me. Don't even get in that place, all right? I have often defended you sometimes, even though I don't believe in everything that you do. But I will say this. I will say this to you. I think that this is not a jab. This is a critique and a suggestion. I think that what you have going on is what you want to do, and that's great. But what I saw some behavior with some of the people I call your disciples the other day that was very contradicting. And I think it's a problem. And I think,
thank you.
I think that that's a bad representation for you, for what you got going on. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
It was just like, and I get that people are going to be human. But I sat back and, you know, I'm a big fan of Solar because he's cute. I'm not going to lie. I'm a God-powered woman, but I still love sex, and I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to, and I'm single and all of that. Solar. I love Solar. I think he's fine, right?
Okay.
And he knows.
I don't even know who he is.
If you tell him the lawyer, I'm the one that's always talking to him on his line, flirting with him. But the thing that I don't like is that I saw an ugly side of him the other night. Him and the guy, it's another guy that kind of looks like him. He was driving, and he was saying that you guys allowed them to drink and get on live and da-da-da. They were being very contradictory of how they come across, like, oh, we want to uplift black people and black women, yada. But every female, even the ones that weren't opposing them, was a thought, was a hoe, was a bitch, send pussy pics, send your ass shots. And I'm like, wow. Like, how do I now look at you and say you want me to respect? But then you call me a bitch and a hoe, and you're not giving me what you want from me. And let me just say this to you too, brother. Like, I'm the type of female that's different from a lot of women that they. I'm educated. I'm very respectful. I speak when I speak. I say what I want to say. I'm not passive aggressive in any way, and I'm not overtly aggressive. I just don't think it's cool that. I see so many men coming across generalizing all women as if they're stupid or broken or dumb or hoes or not. That's not all of us. And so it's very offensive when I'm like, okay, I can get into some of the stuff you're saying, but I have to then hear this other thing. And it's like, don't generalize. At some point, can y'all ever uplift the black woman who is like, not that? Like, come on, like, that shit gets on my nerves.
He did that. May I respond?
Yes, sir. Please.
First of all, I want to apologize on behalf of my disciples and apologize for my behavior as well, because you have to understand we come into account with a lot of thoughts and hopes. Sometimes, you know, we can get so used to that that's why I'm on this panel apologizing to the real queen right here, because I did come at her and I was wrong for that, and I stand corrected. But I'm not taking it back, because butt erases everything before it. However, there's a lot of women that are thoughts today and are bitches, and there's very few are our queens. And I made the mistake in putting her in that category, and I apologize for that. And any woman that was disrespected us. And look, if the shoe fits we're always being attacked by thoughts. They're in the chat right now. So like, us black men, us kings, are being attacked on a daily basis by white supremacy and our own woman. So we're being tore down. So we at war with that, and I like I said, I apologize for if you got caught in the line of fire of that. And we are disciplinarians. We are black men, and we try to stand strong. And we're hurting. Let me say that. I'm hurt.
So can I say something?
Let me finish my statement because I let you.
Okay, as soon as you finish, I got something to say.
Listen, let him finish, but
I'm gonna let him finish.
I'm not gonna turn the topic just to Nature Boy because we were all discussing.
No. There's something
the topic is.
I got you.
I won't even let it go there because I was just came up here to apologize.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to turn it to Nature Boy. What I don't like, and I'm just going to be fair, and BB's heard me say this. You know, when you all talk about women, especially women of color, using the terms bitches and thoughts and hoes and stuff like that is just as bad as me saying something negative about the black man. And how you present the package is how people going to take that package. Okay? All right? We have a right to be just as sexual, just as beautiful as you guys are. The problem the problem lies with how we as in us present the package. So if we because words matter. Words matter.
Okay, so let me say this. Please speak for yourself. Please do that. When you say we,
I'm speaking for myself.
All right, so that's different. I mean, because you got to understand, like, it's not a lot of women that are very respectful for themselves online, like, period. You know what I'm saying? So they don't deserve that respect. Anybody that displays that respect for themselves deserve that respect. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So I just ask y'all to speak for yourself, and if the shoe doesn't fit, don't put it on.
Hey,
it is what it is. I don't know why you're being offended if we're not talking to you directly.
Because let me tell you something. Okay? Hold on, Kaniku. Let me. Okay, I understand. But he wants me to speak for myself. I am going to speak for myself. I am a woman. Okay, hold on. I am a woman. Okay? All right? When people refer to women in a negative derogatory term, okay, society already views us, okay, because we're talking about the motherland and everything else like that. They view us as savages. They view us as uncouth, unkept, and everything else like that, okay? All right? When there is a self-esteem issue to behaviors, okay, that people do display. And if we're talking about building each other's up, why not talk about the beauty of who they are? Because words matter when you influence the best of the best.
Yes.
Okay? All right? Because whenever we talk about Africa and we have this romantic image, we call ourselves kings and queens. Nobody want to think that they were servants. Not everybody in Africa was kings and queens. Okay? So
I call myself an empress. I don't call myself a queen.
Okay. I love that. That part. I love it. You know, so if we start within ourselves to start saying, you know what? I understand this behavior is unbecoming, but to me, she is of value. We, as a people, don't know how to value each other. And that's why we have such a disconnect with one another. Because if we valued each other, then you would treat everyone with kindness and love. Kindness and love. And that's all I'm saying. I value you.
If you value yourself, you're gonna treat those with respect, and the other ones you're not. Here's the thing, like value. I'm not even gonna get into it because I know she doesn't want this to be about this. So I'm just gonna change. I was gonna make a comment about African people. I came up here. I just want to apologize. I think she should let the conversation flow because it's bringing the numbers. But at the end of the day, she might not want to regulate it that way. It's her house. Whatever she wants. That's what we're going to go with.
them numbers.
I just want to say this. Like,
I'm not worried about no numbers.
Yeah. I'm just
She trying to keep it positive.
Yeah. This is what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, right? Like, I just want to tell you, Nature Boy, I gained a little more respect for you for taking accountability for your actions, right? As a man, I'm big about accountability and being able to apologize and admit when you're wrong. One of the main things that I primarily agree with you on is when you say that black men face like a dual type of stigma when we have to be stigmatized and then we stigmatized by our women. I think that is a factual statement. However, as the sister stated, you know, like one of the main things like I get that you'll never do is one of the same things I'll never do, which is really repackage my message to things that I find distasteful, disgusting, or outright immoral. When black women see black men sag their pants, they critique us amongst themselves and directly to our face. They try to little boy us a lot. So I understand that I'm a grown-ass 32-year-old business owner, homeowner. I have 3 kids and I'm married. And women, black women in specific, constantly try to talk to me like I'm a child. So I get your perspective and I agree with it. You know, I don't think necessarily you should necessarily change your delivery. I just think some people going to accept it, some people not. I think we violate freedom of speech when we attempt to tell people who don't have a platform to speak for one specific gender or ideology that they can't say what they want. I think even if I don't agree with what he said or how he said it, I think he has a right to say it because I'm an American.
I get you. I respect that. It's just that, you know, we all are hurting people, you know, and I'm just coming from a heart thing. You know, when I talk to my sister from Trinidad, when I talk to the 2 sisters that are here, you know, I look at the beauty of who they are because they have a place of belonging. And we want to feel like we belong to some place. I mean, because the conversation was, we don't have an identity. We do. And we have a place to belong. But when we dehumanize each other, we can't expect other people to view us any other way. Words matter. And when you have a young child, like you said, women will judge you for your pants hanging down, and they shouldn't, because you're a 32-year-old handsome man. And if I had a child, and she would say, I would say, don't say that, because you don't know him, you don't know his story, you don't know anything. But I would say, you know what? If you want to know him, go up there and ask his name. Find out about him.
May I add to what you're saying?
Huh?
I just want to say this. I just want to say this just to put things in perspective, and is to say that
I have a comment on that.
Damn.
Okay, I'm lost.
All right, so
Katrina. Hey, Katrina.
So you're saying that if he want to wear his pants down, I mean, that woman should look at him different? Yes, they should. He's disrespecting himself. It's the same as if when men get upset if women expose their bodies. It's the same thing as a man sagging his pants. And really, you should know where that deters from, of sagging your pants. That came from in a prison where men wore their pants down to let them know that I am willing to have sexual encounters with you. So they need to really know why.
No.
Well, we know.
Yo.
When they sag, yes, I do look at them and I tell them,
that's
you're wrong for
crazy.
that.
That's crazy.
That's the point. That's the point.
I don't.
That's the point. If a
this is why
a man can be critiqued
this is why
for
I be
sagging,
with him, because I don't.
a woman should be critiqued for wearing.
You know
my mama's 63 years old. My mama always say, the shit these girls wear, I would
people
never wear because it would be broadcasting that I participated in something I wasn't willing. She say the girls in the
the pants sagging thing don't really have nothing to do with that. Like, pants sagging has to do that we didn't wear pants.
I think somebody else wants to come in.
Pants sagging has nothing to do with being gay. And pants sagging has to do with black men. We never wore pants. We didn't wear pants. Pants is a European thing. We don't like to wear pants because our phallus is bigger and it gets in the way, and we want to feel free. We want our shit to swing. We don't want to be in some tight jeans and have our stuff. He ain't want to come on, Kanuchi.
Oh, okay. Well, I learned something new.
Our pants sagging. We never wore pants. Europeans put pants on us. We never wore pants. We always wore sarongs. We always wore sarongs, and we want to feel free. We want to be naked. We want to feel naked. We want to feel free. So it's not about being gay. It's about black men being uncivilized and being wild and natural men in a so-called civilized world. We were Mandingo warriors. We didn't wear these pants.
Not everybody was a warrior.
Well, most black men all black men are a warrior in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I'm saying? So
the majority of West African societies that were actually conquered by the Arabs, which sold us to the Portuguese and shit, those were matrilineal societies. I keep seeing a lot of people in the comments say that anytime you use the word archy, you're talking about one being over the other. That's what an arc is. So patriarchy, matriarchy is still one over the other. There is no balance in a matriarchy, just like there's no balance in a patriarchy. If you want balance, you have to take out the archy in reality. You can't critique men on particular areas and then tell the same men you can critique that they cannot simultaneously critique you as our reflections. I think that's the biggest issue. If you can tell me pull my pants up, or you could tell me I'm too skinny, I need to gain weight, or I'm too short, I need to grow, men have the right to have a particular type of standard for what we like as well, and for what we find suitable as proper behavior in a mate. Now, if you're not my woman, I could care less if you want to fuck every nigga on the block and dance on trees butt-ass naked. You're not my woman. But that's why I didn't marry none of them girls. That's why I'm married to who I'm married to, because she don't act nothing like that. So I'm not complaining. But as an observer, from my presence as a married man, been successfully, happily married for 4 years, I look at what I missed out on, and I'm not like, oh shit, I missed out, because the quality of women today are just not there. And if the quality of men today, which they are not there, women have a right to say, you know what, the quality of men today are not there. See, because women will say things like, you know what, I'm a woman, and I've been abused, and I've been through this, and I've been through that. Well, I was molested by women. And when my counselor came to give me my psychological evaluation, because I was molested at the age of 6 by a grown-ass woman, you know what this feminist-ass woman told me? Am I sure that it wasn't a man in the house? I was the only boy that lived there. She insisted that I could not differentiate at 8 years old, cognizantly, that the person who molested me for an entire fucking year had a vagina and breast, because she said out of her mouth that women don't do that. This was 1997, March 18th. I'll never forget the day. I don't hate women because of that, but it lets me know that there is a large group of women who share the consistence of misandry, which is male hatred, and they mask it with feminism. I'm all about feminism and women having the freedom to choose what they want to do, but if you're going to practice misandry and mask it as feminism, you can't get mad that men are practicing misogyny.
All right, so let me say this to add to that. Listen. First of all, we have to realize that we're not dealing with each other independently as far as men and women. We're dealing with each other dependently within the system. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not men. We're not dealing. Excuse me?
Ignorance. My bad, bro.
Okay, so listen. We're not dealing our relationship with our.
Well, I like you. Go ahead.
Come on.
Why y'all keep doing that to me every time I start talking? Right. Why y'all keep doing that to me?
Come on, let's show respect, everybody. Let's show respect.
Okay, I'm putting myself on mute. It's no problem. I'm sorry.
Damn, yo. Every time I start talking, y'all keep doing that to me. Anyway, look. I'm gonna say this: we're not dealing with our women as black men on our own. We have a system that's there that interferes with our relationship with our women, and has been doing this. It's strategically that did it through the Willie Lynch letter. We're not men here. We're not men in this system. We keep talking about what's going on in the dark and not addressing about the fact that we're in the dark and who turned out the lights. Our issues that we're having with our woman and our relationship is based in white supremacy. The system that we are in has conditioned us to not be respected by our own women, has tore us apart as a family relationship as a whole. Black men ruled their women. Their women were dependent on them prior to white supremacy. We were the rulers of their world. We were the head of their world, and we honored our women, of course, because there was nothing else there. The only reason why we having these conversations and these conflicts is because we're subjugated to a system that has been set up to keep us divided, to conquer us. And we don't know our roles. We don't know our natural roles, right? They have empowered our woman and put her in the head, put us behind her. We're not even considered men because at the end of the day, her man is white supremacy. It's a system that she is a wife too, that we have an issue with. Black men are very upset because we're being emasculated at an all-time high, to the point where even the children that she's birthing as a boy is being made, he's physically strong but psychologically weak. So anytime a black man has come out of white supremacy mentally, psychologically, he's being hated or put behind bars, if he's his uncivilized natural self and becomes strong in the divine masculine and starts to demand things for his reality because he is the ruler of this planet and the head of his family, without white supremacy, our women attack us immediately. And they become feminists as to be at war with each other, but it's been set up like this strategically. We're not men. We're not men in the system. We're not men. Men do for themselves. They're separate of the system. And the problem is we're trying to deal with a woman that has been psychologically conditioned for hundreds of years to not need us, but need white supremacy. As long as they can exist or survive without us, we are no longer valued. We mean nothing to our family and to our woman. So our women think that we're on an equal plane as far as within the system we're in. We got parents, and me and our women are looking at us like boys, not men. They look at white supremacy as men. We're not men. We have to become likened again to white supremacy. Not saying that to be like them, but to be in power, to be in control, to be dominant, to be masculine, truly masculine, and do it for ourselves, and do what white supremacy offers for our women. We should be able to offer that as well to our women, and then we can demand to govern their lives, because women need a man to govern their lives. Period. Any woman that says she's independent, is a liar to herself and not fully awoken. Because at the end of the day, she is a wife to white supremacy and doesn't even know it, because he's not there physically for her, and she deals with us emotionally and physically, but she's protected and provided for by white supremacy, and so are we.
Okay, question for you real quick, off of what you just said. And I'm not challenging it, so please don't take it that way. But I want to know, you said that women need you. I do need you, okay? But I also feel that men need us. So do you,
what?
You've never said, I've never heard you say, and sometimes maybe some people maybe need that validation of a black man saying, I do need you, black woman, because we don't hear it as much as we'd like to hear it as well. So what do you?
But I need you to be everything. I need you to be everything I'm not right. Everything and so that I am.
What is that?
When I say I need you, we have to specify what I need from you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to be everything I'm not.
Okay.
I don't need a direct reflection of my masculinity from you. Right. I don't need to argue with you. I don't need to argue with you. Mm-hmm. I don't need any combativeness. I don't need any argument. I need nurturing. I need nursing. I need consolement. I need that from my woman. I don't need to be fighting with you.
Well, Nature Boy, can I say this to you? I love you, and I wish nothing but the best for you. Even though people hate on you like a mother chucker, I'm going to tell you something. All of you people who talk about you're in love with God and this and that. God said always to express mercy and grace with everyone. And so whether you guys like him or not, remember that, because when you're not able to do that, you're not following your own God's word. So just think about it.
Yo, first thing first, let's thank Jason for throwing that dragon. Yo, good looking out, yo.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jason.
Real, let's acknowledge that. Something like $200 and something, like some $250, something like that. But and yeah. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that our relationship with our woman is being altered. Is being altered because of the simple fact is this: we're not dealing with just our woman. We're dealing with a system that has been set up for our woman to be against us. It's systematically done. You can just read the will of this letter. They broke us. They tortured us in front of our woman. Degraded us in front of our woman. They lock us up in front of our woman. They put their knee on the neck in front of our woman. We are not men to our woman psychologically, subconsciously. Images for hundreds of years. They've degraded us. They put us behind bars. They treat us like little boys. How do you think our woman looks at us now? She doesn't have a value for us. And guess what? She doesn't need you to survive. She can survive without her man, which in nature could never exist. She would have a high dependence on us in nature. So we're not arguing with our woman. We're arguing with white supremacy in our woman.
Bear Grylls did
and the system that we.
Bear Grylls did a whole experiment on dropping 10 men, 10 women of different economical classes, body height, weight, size, race, and dropped them all in the jungle. And once the men separated from them, they literally had to send in the ER through helicopter to save those women, because a woman who thought she knew how to distill water, because you got to remember, they buy salt water, and they not buy fresh water. She takes all the salt water in there. They find a guinea pig and put the goddamn guinea pig in a container that they use to distill the water, which broke the little motor thing on the side. So now they got to get this water, and she over there talking about let's boil it. And everybody boiling the water, now they all sick, because it's a different process of distilling water than just boiling it. It has to go through 3 primary processes, and you have to use other minerals and herbs to do the shit. Women don't primarily care to learn those things in modern society. We're not talking about women that live in the bush. We're talking about modern American women. They failed horribly. And it's not to say that you might not have got a few women that would have passed. But the thing is that there's a biological dynamic that shows that in the wilderness of nature, all living entities survive their best in pairs or in large groups, period. Men and women need each other. All that, I'm independent, fuck a man, I could do this by myself. Women barely want to take the goddamn groceries in the house.
Yeah, that's true.
But they are depending on a man. They are depending on,
they're dependent on white supremacy.
They're dependent on white supremacy. They depend on the white man, and he protects and serves. Something happens, so she's going to call 911. Because 911 is the man. It's just that he's invisible. It's a system that is their man, and they're the husband to the system. These women are not independent. No woman on this planet is independent.
And when
most of us men, we depend on the system as well. Even us men are forced to depend. Even us black men are forced to depend on the system as well. We have to become independent.
Exactly.
We're both not independent of this system. The goal is to become independent of white people.
Y'all need to go on his Instagram page, and y'all need to listen to the Willie Lynch letter again, because that's.
I've read the Willie Lynch paper. I've read it. I've studied it, and I wrote about it. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because wait a minute. Woman speaking. I am sorry, because you guys have really. Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, y'all have said some things that I'm not even gonna take offense to, because I think some of the stuff that you're saying. Don't tell me what I can't do. You don't tell me what I can't do, because, bruh, what you said, okay, it's not really based in fact. Okay? No. It wasn't based in fact. Hold on. Now, okay, each one of the sexes have their own strengths. Do you disagree or know that each one of us have our own strength. Okay? I've heard your thing on the modern woman, okay? Your perspective on the modern woman, okay? In your 32 years on the modern woman, okay? I've heard his perspective of what on the role of what women, on the role of what women should be, okay? But what y'all ain't never asked or never realized is that some of y'all wouldn't be alive today had we not went into protective mode, had we not went into survival mode. Okay, there are many ways.
You preaching to
okay, let me finish. No, don't tell me I'm making a mute point, because see, now your arrogance is going to show, and I'm going to show mine.
I'm not being
again. Let me speak, because I put myself on mute while y'all sat here and spewed out y'all perception about roles of a woman. And yet, y'all have yet to ask a woman.
Look how she talking to us.
Okay? Y'all have yet
this is it right
to
here.
ask a woman. Let me finish.
Look at your tone.
Okay? You're going to get my tone. My tone is clear. And if you feel take offense to my tone.
We're not little boys.
Okay, I'm not talking to you like you're a little boy. If you feel like a little boy, that's on you.
They're just saying that the tone is loud.
Okay?
She knows she.
I'm not. I speak loud. I'm sorry. Let me speak a little soft for you. Okay, I said I speak loud. I said I would speak soft. I said, and I'm not going to let you dominate me. Got it?
That's the problem. You see? See? That's the problem.
Okay? Because you don't have enough years, baby. Okay? You don't have enough years.
It's not.
Let's not
No. You don't have enough years. Wait a minute. You don't have enough years in life.
Okay, let's just build.
Listen to the host. Listen to the host.
Can I talk? 1 second.
I stopped. You said stop. I stopped.
So listen, it doesn't matter. Everybody is opinionated. Everybody's going to say what they assume or what they think is this way, that way, or whatever. Emotions are coming to play and just take you all over the place. Don't take what anybody say to heart and just overreact and,
I'm not overreacting.
We just start talking out loud or whatever.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. King, for 1 second, silence yourself and maybe say I'm asking, okay? Before you interrupt me. Okay. What I am going to say is that the stuff that you all are talking is your romantic ideal of what you believe a woman should be to you. Okay. What you're saying is the ideal of what a woman should be to you. We have heard your definition of what a woman should be to you. Now, what I don't hear is you're asking, what does a woman want to be for you? Okay?
That's like
now that's a whole different thing. Wait a minute. I'm still. You.
Let her finish. Just let her finish.
Okay? Because you keep you do this
continuously.
Okay. Well, look here. Hey, I'm gonna say what because I didn't interrupt you guys.
Just finish.
Okay.
Interrupt everybody.
I didn't. I was on mute.
Yeah, she was on mute. She had something to say. I seen it.
Yeah, just finish. Go ahead and finish, AR.
Okay. Anytime many of the men that I've come in contact with, and we've had these conversations, what I don't hear is what we hear what y'all want, but y'all never ask us. Because history didn't have submissive women the way that you all depict them. Okay? That is a big flaw. Okay? The reality is that there is a balance between a man and a woman. We each have our strengths, we have our weaknesses. Okay? But when you say the things that you all are saying, you're defining what role you believe a woman should be for you. But you have yet to ask the woman, what is her role for herself and for you? You can't tell me what I should be for you. I have to decide that.
Well, maybe that's his personal preference. That's what he wants. You know, like everybody doesn't want.
That's what I said.
Some people may want a submissive partner. Some people may want a dominant partner. Some men like to be dominated by women. That's a fetish for them. Some men like a submissive woman. Me personally, I don't want someone who is going to challenge me on everything I say. I don't need that kind of smoke. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to take the lead. You know what I'm saying? It's a dance. Someone got to lead. You know, we both can't lead. I would love for us to both be equal partners, but that's not the same as submitting. Submitting is just letting your partner lead. That's all that means. It doesn't mean he's dominating you or he's better than you or he's more than you, what you are, more value than you are. It's just that you allow him to just drive the car. You know what I'm saying? You're a passenger.
My wife is an accountant.
Let's make a slave.
I pay all
Let us make a slave.
But I don't agree.
What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigga man, a pregnant nigga woman, and her baby nigga boy. Second, we will use the same basic principle that we use in breaking a horse, combined with some more sustaining factors. What we do with horses is that we break them from one form of life to another. That is, we reduce them from their natural state in nature. Whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of their offspring, we break that natural string of independence from them and thereby create a dependency status so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure.
Okay.
Cardinal principles for making a Negro. Both horse and niggers are no good to the economy in the wild or natural state. Both must be broken and tied together for orderly production. For orderly future, special and particular attention must be paid to the female and the youngest offspring. Both must be crossbred to produce a variety and division of labor. Both must be taught to respond to a peculiar new language. Psychological and physical instruction of containment must be created for both. We hold the 6 cardinal principles as truth to be self-evident based upon following the discourse concerning the economics of breaking and tying a horse and a nigger together, all inclusive of the 6 principles laid down above. Note, neither principle alone will suffice for good economics. All principles must be employed for orderly good of the nation. Accordingly, both a wild horse and a wild or natural nigger is dangerous even if captured, for they will have the tendency to seek their customary freedom and, in doing so, might kill you in your sleep. You cannot rest.
And I will.
They sleep while you are awake and are awake while you are asleep. They are dangerous near the family house, and it requires too much labor to watch them away from the house. Above all, you cannot get them to work in this natural state. Hence, both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is, breaking them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body, take the mind.
Can I say something real quick? Number 7, say something real quick because I just came up here. I'm making it very thorough and I'm going to make it very quick.
If we're going to talk about correcting our community, we got to stop listening to motherfuckers like number 5. Because I know y'all know what he's doing. Stop listening to people like him, first of all. He is a nobody. He hurts women and men.
Big Worm.
I'm listening.
First of all, I understand what you want to say or whatever, but you cannot come on my show with that. I don't condone that.
Okay, and I'm trying to be respectful the best way I can.
So if you gotta have all that hate, you're gonna have to get off.
I'm not coming with hate. I'm not coming with hate.
Hold on.
I'm not coming with hate.
Number 8, can I say something? I'm gonna say something. Y'all keep on throwing all this hate at Nature Boy and all that, but like y'all are forgetting that this dude is a human who came from overcoming his money spirits and everything, and he overcame that. And y'all sitting here mad at this man.
What spirit?
And then they do wrong, and then you get mad at him.
Can I say something?
I see why he's doing what he's doing. I see it. People are easily manipulated, and they're easily. Look what y'all doing. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? Y'all seriously listening to this nigga? I don't care if he said it was raining, it was raining. I don't care about nothing what he's saying.
Hold on, let's build, y'all. Let's build.
That could be your son over there. Y'all tripping. Y'all really listening to him?
Yo, Big Worm. Yo, let me just say this, because I do this in my live, too. Kiki knows this, King, AR, y'all know this. I'm going to be the voice of reason. I'm going to say that because I'm the judicial person here, but I get where you're coming from, Big Worm. I understand everybody in this room. I want to address something AR said, too. The first thing I'm going to address is everybody. We keep talking about together, right? Everybody feel, even inclusive, being inclusive of everyone that is black or brown. People are different. Everybody's gonna walk their walk, a different walk, and talk their talk differently from you. So
this conversation is useless then, right? So we should listen to pedophiles. We should listen to pedophiles. We should listen to people that hurt women. That's what we should do, right?
Big Worm, you know what? This is what
he acting like
this is weird.
Yo,
this is weird. This is weird. Everybody black ain't black. Everybody black is not for us. He's not for us. Don't y'all see this? Y'all listen to this, man? This is weird. I gotta stop y'all. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird.
Step outside of your emotion. Thank you.
He way too much.
I'm sorry, but I cannot.
Weird.
Look, I understand the hate. I understand the hate and all of that. I'm not about all that hate mess.
Right. Me
I'm not about all of that.
Okay.
Can I finish my comment, please, real quick? All I want to say is everybody's going to be different, even when we're inclusive of each other. So how he lives is how he lives. How King lives is how he lives. How I get it is how I get it. So I completely am in agreement with some things, and I'm completely in opposition to some things. But the thing is call it respect. And the second thing is take your emotions out of it. You are projecting your perspective upon someone else when you use your emotions to get across your point. Stop doing that. Start accepting the fact that this man has a different way of thinking, this woman has a different way of living, and let it go from there. Now, AR, to you and Nature Boy, his perspective on the black woman or how he treats his woman is his reality. It's not a fantasizing thing because he has created it and made it his reality. If you look and study, and I know you don't, but I watch the YouTube. I'm interested in different stuff, so I watch the YouTube videos and all that stuff. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, they really on him. They love him. That's his audience. That's his people, and that's who he attracts. Let that be, and let that man go. All these zealots down here talking about, oh, you're doing this against this. They want to be there. Who are y'all to save these women or men? They want to be there. Let them be fucking with him. I don't understand that. I don't understand.
Yeah, what he do doesn't have anything to do with me.
But right, it ain't got nothing to do with how these people pay their bills, get their money, or who they fuck, or how they eat, or what they shit out at night, or any of that. Let these people do what they want to do. They're not bothering you. They're living their lives. Chill out and stop being so. Go get impassioned about helping the homeless man down the street. Go get impassioned about paying somebody's light bill. Go get impassioned about adopting some black kids. Go do something like that instead of worrying about what these people got going on.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you were saying because at the end of the day, like I was saying, the position that I and me and you had this talk already about as far as like you understand being in our type of professions, being in the type of like tax bracket that we in and stuff like that, it's a lot more difficult for combative, masculine women of any race to find a proper mate because no man wants a combative, argumentative woman. He does not.
She can't find a man because she is the man.
Hold on. As Nature Boy stated earlier, as Nature Boy stated earlier, he said, I don't need my woman to be a masculine reflection of me. I need her to be everything I'm not. When every man is choosing his wife or a woman that he wants to compatibly spend the rest of his life with, he's looking for the woman who's the most feminine, who's the most cooperative, who's the most non-combative. It don't mean that she's not able to, it don't mean that she's not able to lead. What it means is, like, my wife is an accountant. She handles all the numbers of the bills in the house. I could pay them all day, but without her expertise and ability to spot shit better than me, I would miss plenty of bills throughout the month. I would. But because she has her specialty in a particular area, she pays extremely good attention to numbers, bills. She's never late on shit because she keeps up with all of that type of stuff. So we work together as a team in one aspect, but my wife will never say that she leads me, though, because she don't. Unless it's in a particular aspect. She married me and asked me to lead her, not the other way around. And I'm sorry if that's too traditional for people who've never been married or had failed marriages or divorced because they lost their partner or whatever. There's a plethora of reasons why people break up. But the thing is, if the relationship was non-successful and you develop bitter tendencies and think that nobody can tell you anything, but you can tell everybody else everything, that's a clear distinction of the combative masculine behavior that we say as men of all races, all cultures, all economic classes that we do not want. There are men who will let a woman dominate them in particular areas, but no man wants to be down talk to a woman like he's her fucking child and then come out her nasty ass womb. Watch your mouth.
Oh,
wow. Can I say something? Let me address you real quick, okay? First of all, wait, I did not attack Nature Boy, nor did I attack Musa. I simply asked the question. My view about men and women relationships comes from the point of balance. Like he said, his wife is good at some things, he's good at another. Okay, all the rest of the stuff is in one ear and out the other because that's his opinion. And it doesn't faze me or not because I like I said, that stuff doesn't faze me. However, what I see on here a lot of times.
AR, fix your mic, AR.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is it too loud? I'm sorry. Too loud.
It's cracking.
Okay, sorry. Okay. What I see on here a lot is men telling. I'm sorry. I talk too loud. I talk too soft. It's crackling lacking. Y'all just work with me now.
I think you need to take the Bluetooth out.
Okay, there we go. Is that better?
Take out your Bluetooth.
Nah, it's still there.
Yo, while she fixes that, I want to address one of the commenters that said, I want to be Nature's Boy wife. No, but if Solar wants to start another troop somewhere, I will, you know.
Gang shit. Okay. If I take the Bluetooth off, then nobody will hear me. So, but what I'm going to say through the crackling, and then I'm going to go get my Kool-Aid. Okay? Is Kool-Aid. Okay? Yes, yes, Kool-Aid. Okay? Thank you. Don't judge me. Okay? What I will say, and this is just wisdom that I have learned, okay, that when people tell other people about why they don't have somebody and everything else like that, that's a perception, and it's not based in fact because you don't know everyone's story. I'm real tenderhearted when it comes to certain things like that because as a culture of people, again, I'm just talking about black folks, okay? We have a tendency to really not like one another. And it comes off
Can you please stop the crack? Can you please stop the crack?
Okay, hold on. Okay, then. Okay, go there.
Dang.
Here we go.
Hey, I just want to say,
amen.
Kanuki, listen, this is for Kanuki. One thing I gotta say about Kanuki, and she earned my respect. And she is just such a lady. She's divine feminine to me. She fucking moves. The way she thinks and moves is like.
Can I finish what I'm gonna say? All right, before you go ahead and get. And then I'll
okay. I didn't know you took the Bluetooth off. Okay, I was gonna give her.
You didn't apologize. We didn't heard the softness. Okay, I hear you.
No. So now I'm soft because I'm being vulnerable. As a black man and giving props with due, I'm vulnerable.
We can't do nothing.
Okay, I'm soft.
Yeah, let's keep building. Let's keep building.
We're not gonna go left. Come on, finish number 4.
Okay, what I don't like, okay, and what I am tired of is men telling women how they should be. Okay, the problem.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. It goes vice versa. I don't tell my brothers how they should be. I do suggest how they should treat. Okay?
Let's tell them how they should be.
No. It's a difference. If my brother's being mean to his, and it means he comes to me and he says, sister, I'm having a problem with my wife. This, that, and the other. I say, well, wait a minute. Did you try it this way? Did you think about it that way? He comes to me because he respects my opinion as a woman, as a sister. My mom did the same thing. Okay? It's hearing what role I should play or how I should be for a man who's not going to be, who I don't put those values on that man. Okay? I accept people for who they are and the way that they are. Okay? And maybe... Okay, I'm sorry.
Mine? Oh my God! Like really?
That's your security.
That is the universe saying we do not want to hear this bullshit.
Yo, you good?
Okay.
Yo.
Well, I want to respond to
universe.
Nature Boy's comment that he had earlier. And
right.
what I think, some things that he said I agree with, some things I disagree with. And what I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nature Boy, I think what he is saying is that women has been taught to have certain expectations of men. So it's so embedded in them. And that goes all the way back to the Willie Lynch letter. We have been taught this for years and years and years. It's where it's deeply embedded. But we have to realize where, like King said, a woman should have an opinion in a relationship, but I feel like the final decision will be of the man. But I do have an opinion and suggestions. And I feel that he should be the strength of the family. So some points Nature Boy made I agree with, but some things I disagree with.
Yeah, women, I like the fact you
can we let Seven talk first? I know Seven been waiting for a minute to say something.
I know, she sure have. She's been waiting. Go ahead, number 7. Divine?
Hey, look, I want to say. I'm out to go. Go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta get on up out of here. How you doing? Grand rising to you, host.
What you mean I better get up out of here? I don't even know who you are.
Grand rising to you, host.
Here it come. Here come the hate.
Okay, I'm not here to attack anyone. I just want to speak about some things. Is it possible if I can speak, host, without being interrupted, please?
I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm coming out.
She about to spread hate. That's what
now,
she about to do.
It's a difference between immature women. Immature. Well, let's just say this here: a girl with an immature mind is not a woman. Okay, and I'm just a little disgusted the fact that this man has publicized a lot of abuse towards women, and he's able to be on a platform here with amongst of us black people to speak of how.
I told you it's about to be hate. I told you it's about to be hate.
Is it possible if I can speak close without being interrupted?
Why you making this about me instead of about?
It's about what I.
It is. You making it about me. Right. Why you don't have an opinion about the subject at hand? Why you got to make it about me?
Could I speak without being interrupted?
Please talking, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's the difference with girls with immature minds. This has been manipulated post to a woman. Us as women know our role, but when you publicize numerous of videos of abuse on immature girls, I just find it hard that us as Black women would allow this man to speak on how a woman should treat a man when you are abusing young, immature girls, manipulating them, thousands of videos of you having them fight one another, pinning them against one another. Like, what are we doing? This is like quite embarrassing here. This guy is so horrible. How could he be on a platform with you hosts? I see that you are a very intelligent lady here. And this guy is just very embarrassing to our race. He has publicized a lot of abuse on our women. It's horrible. He needs to be casted out.
Hold on, let her finish, bro. Let her
finish.
He shouldn't even be able to speak on our Black women. As much abuse and turmoil that he has caused to our Black women. And I'm going to mute up.
Host, can I say something?
Go ahead.
We can hear you.
I just want to know why, everybody, all these women keep coming on the panel and saying what he do to women and all that. But I noticed that y'all don't never say anything about the woman as if the woman can't do nothing to him to make him angry and upset. Like, y'all act like this dude just wake up in the morning and say, I'm about to fuck these bitches up. Like, no, you're not even acknowledging maybe these women did something wrong, and it's both parties' problem.
Okay. I think it's all about how a lot of people have followed him.
But I can't hear everybody at once.
I gotta mute the guy.
Yeah, come on, one at a time.
Okay, I can get with that. My thing is this here. If you're supposed to be a role model, a messiah, and this so-called quote God, if you are moving in that direction, it doesn't matter. If a woman is out of place, you don't put your hands on her. Okay? It's a thing called separation. You can separate yourself from them. And that's not the only thing that's going on. These people are unhealthy. They are in the hospital with infectious diseases. It's a lot of things.
That's a lie. Why are you spreading lies? That's a lie.
Okay, Malaya, I have the med chart, ma'am.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing but a lie. Y'all spread. Listen. Can I say something now without being interrupted?
I'm a mute.
Can I defend myself?
Go ahead.
Can I defend myself? You have the right to defend myself as a Black man.
Go ahead, Nature Boy.
I represent the Black man in his uncivilized natural state, with his right mind. That's masculine and his divine masculinity. I don't tolerate disrespect from any female, because I believe that Black men have created women. We created women for ourselves. I believe that Black man is God, and because of this, these hurt white supremacists, feminist women are attacking me at everything. They say I have disease. They said I'm beating women. They said I kill people. They say all these things about me, because this is what's going to happen to you as a man when you stand up and you wake up to what's really going on, and you really grab your balls and do for yourself and become a man in this world. This is what's going to happen to you, because they are made to be our enemy. As soon as we wake up, white supremacy is them. We have to overcome in our own woman. They're attacking me and blowing things out of proportion that has been said and done. And if you can't see through it, then you're blind because the black man is public enemy number one. Hold on. Let me finish. I'll let you.
Listen to you. Don't interrupt. Come on.
And I want to say this: the black man, when he comes into his full divinity, I'm talking about when he becomes divine, he becomes the master and the ruler of this planet, and everything in it and on it belongs to him. And he has every right to be a conqueror, a demander of his respect and honor and dignity from his woman. And I'm at war with my own woman because of white supremacy, and they see my power. There's something behind all the hate that you see going on. I speak power to the black man because without the black man, there is no black family. And he has to rise and become just as powerful as the white man is, if not more, because he was the original black man on this planet. And I speak for all black men that have the balls, that are not spineless, that understand knowledge of self, not to disrespect our real woman, as I came in here. And when we say the real woman, I'm talking about a woman that is mature, in control of herself, knows who she is, and it doesn't have to be combative or have to be in argument or feel threatened by the divine masculine. You understand? So that's why I came in. That's why I came in this room to give you love, because I seen that in you. And all black men, I don't care who you are, a black man will never leave a woman that makes him feel like a man. And the only way you're gonna make a man feel like a man is if you respect his masculinity and you're not at war with him because of something that's been set up by white supremacy. So this is why I'm hated. I'm hated. There's lies being spread about me. They don't want you to like me. They don't want you to be around me. They keep saying all these mean things about me. But the truth behind it all is, black man, I represent you and your divinity when you really truly wake up. And all of these black men that don't like me out here are spineless, and they've been raised by women. They've been raised by society to be physically strong but psychologically weak. Black men, we are at war. We need to stay strong and stay up because they're trying to tear our spirit out our fucking bodies, y'all. For real.
They are. Yes, they
I just want to say this. Like, when it comes down to the reality of interacting with men and women, the primary issue that really lies at the root of all this is that not that women do not take accountability on an individual personal level, but as I always state, that women don't hold themselves to the same accountability that they hold men to. Like, you rarely see a woman correcting a woman about behavior she finds distasteful. She'll talk about it, but rarely will she go pick that sister up and say, I don't think what you're doing is morally correct, because we understand morality is based on standard. It's based on perspective of culture. It's based on what you think is right. So when we think about morality, like when AR was getting mad and saying, y'all keep saying what men want, but y'all not, what men want from a woman, but y'all not asking what a woman what she want to be. And I said, that's oxymoronic. That's like asking an ain't shit ass deadbeat father, do he want to be a daddy? Clearly not. That's why he's not present. So to ask him what the fuck he want to be is not going to be conducive to the necessary correction he needs as a developing man. The reality is that until black women can be at least critiqued by black, we ain't even saying let us correct you for the most part, because we see that's not about to happen. So if we can at least critique you the way you correct us, grown-ass men that are not your children.
Oh, shit.
You know, that's one of the main things that I think will bridge the gap between the communications issues that we have as a gender. You know, and I think that's key.
Okay, King, can I elaborate with you on that? Are we talking about women, or are we talking about immature?
I mean, I'm a 32-year-old man. I only date women.
Okay, well, see, we got two separate situations here. That's why I was speaking. These are immature, broken young women that are being abused. So when you're speaking about women, we're speaking on a whole different level. These are women that were broken, that came into the arms of him to be further broken, manipulated.
That's not true.
Abused.
That's not true.
That's not true.
So that's what
your opinion.
I was trying to talk to King, please, if you don't mind. So, King, I fully understand what you are saying. And yes, me as a black woman, I do correct black women. You know, we don't give our black men enough respect, some of us, but we're not speaking about women. We're speaking about young, immature mind women that's broken, that's being abused, forced to poly relationships,
in today's
or
society,
to be jealous of one another.
Somebody needs to mute, please. If they have, I hear a child in the background.
So yes, I fully understand what you're saying, King. You know, and us as Black people, we need to get it together. But when we have someone in a leader, well, quote, leader position that's abusing our younger generation with the
that's not true. Stop repeating that.
If you repeat something over and over, I'm not speaking of you. I'm speaking in general. See, you so defensive. Are you guilty? What's going on?
Because you know you're talking about
I'm
me.
saying, are you guilty?
No, I'm not guilty of it.
Okay, well, only a hit dog will holler. Okay?
But you're talking about me.
Okay.
And you know you are.
You don't. Listen,
Can I say? You see the chat? You're talking about me.
Hey, wait, we're not gonna do no attacking each other.
That's what I'm not doing.
Because
here.
I'm just remember, I just only promote love, so we're not gonna attack each other on here.
Right, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to explain a scenario from a girl to a woman. Okay?
Yeah, I think as a man, when men hold each other accountable, like I've hit a woman before. And it was men who put me in my place, not women. It was men that I feared the consequence from based in my action, not women. It was the men that I respected that taught me how to carry and conduct myself like a man and control my emotions so I don't do that type of stuff again. But until I was able to be properly corrected by a man, not a woman who thought because she gives birth to men, that she has the right to tell me what a man is.
Right. And I agree.
But an actual man who's helping me. I'm a man. I'm not finna sit here and say, oh, I'm an immature little boy at 32 years old. No, I'm a fucking man and I need to take accountability for my actions. And once
Somebody
again,
needs to mute.
Women don't necessarily hold each other to the same accountability that they hold men to. All I'm saying is that if a woman is doing something that is morally incorrect, a man should not have to tell her. There should be a female eldership in place where women who are respected by the community based on their beauty, integrity, submission, cooperation, successful marriages, etc., should be the ones leading these Black women, bro. Nobody with successful marriages is giving these Black girls no type of advice. You don't need him. Grow up, get your education, be independent. Don't become marriage quality. It's better for you to give a man a child than to commit to him through marriage, which is the primary normality that you see in this generation right below me. So I'm very observant of the reality of what's taking place because I bought my house in the hood. I'm not going to sit up here and act like the statistics don't show the actual facts. The little girl down the block from me was just 15 last week. She already on her second baby. I didn't even know she was that damn young.
Well, yeah.
And her young ass
King.
mama who out there with her condoning that shit, and no elder women are coming to her mother telling her this is not acceptable. And if any man says anything to her, they're instantly corrected and convicted and said, "How dare you speak to her like that?" And
Number 6. Number 6, you have something to say?
Yeah. First, I'll say peace when I step into the divine circle. Nature Boy, I understand. I heard you saying that you have knowledge yourself. Therefore, you understand that the breakdown for wisdom and the supreme mathematics states that the Black woman is secondary yet necessary to the Asiatic Black man, right?
That's a fact, King.
That's a fact. But she's also the first teacher to our youth, correct?
That's false.
What do you mean that's false? That's the truth.
Nah, we the first teachers.
They're the first teachers because of the fact that we are providers. So therefore, women are home taking care of the children.
But we the first teachers. We teach her. She teaches the youth.
All right, but I'm speaking on the earth teaching the understanding.
Absolutely, yeah.
The woman teaches the child. I'm not speaking on what you teach her because at the end of the day, both is a duality in life. Both are submissive to each other in certain aspects and forms. I'm not saying.
That's what I'm saying to you is there's no separation between. There's no separation between me and my woman.
No,
so I'm teaching my child through my woman.
Of course, not at all. I'm not disputing what you're saying. What you're saying, G, is right and exact. What I'm saying is just,
But let's build on my page. I'm gonna go live after this. Let's build on my page about that. What I'm
saying is, in the lessons of teaching, the only way to be able to address certain individuals that are not in the know is to break it down to them to understand. You feel me?
Right, and that's what I do. So, I do that constantly.
Exactly. So the way how when you're speaking about how the black women don't appreciate and don't respect the men, yeah, that's because back in the day when they started with this whole WIC and food stamps and all that program, even with Section 8 and all that, the first thing they tell the black woman is what? If that black man comes in this house, you're going to lose your Section 8. You're going to lose this and that. You're going to lose everything that you're getting from the white supremacy. That's how they alleviate the black man and break and dismantle the family.
Facts.
That's because now they lock the father up, send him away for however many years. Now you feel like, shit, you've been gone all these years. I don't need you no more. Uncle Sam got me. He gonna help pay my rent. He gonna get the insurance for the kids. He gonna put food on the table and all that. So now that's how they break that up and sit there and make you feel like you no longer need to respect him. Oh, he's a boy. Oh, he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. First of all, you gotta understand, this country, it's hard to wake up every day being a black man.
Yes,
absolutely.
It is.
I have to.
But trust me, I know.
You know, I have to wake up, and the moment I step outside my door, I have to watch for the police. I have to watch for just evil and wicked people that they're stuck in their wicked ways. I have to watch for the jackboy. I have to watch all types of people. The last person I should be having to watch out for is my woman.
And the last person a woman should have to watch out for is a black man.
Of course. Because like I just got off the phone with somebody, and I had explained to them like she was in a relationship with her baby father, and he was abusive. And I explained to her like, yo, listen, if you feel that by you needing to have a conversation with him, if you feel that he may attack and lash out because he is not a man that knows how to control his anger and his emotions, because no disrespect to women, but women are emotional creatures. You feel me? That's what they say. Women deal within their emotions. So as a man, we're supposed to have that balance. So if you in your emotions, I'm supposed to be out of my emotions to bring you back. You feel me? Right. Sometimes we fall into our lower self.
Guys, I gotta go. I just want to say this before I go. Respect to Kanuki for being strong enough to stay positive through all of this shit. Like, salute to you, Queen. Like, for real, and I don't know if they're gonna suck you in after, but I have to say this, and I'm about to leave. Listen, I came on here to bring.
Wait, what? Let him speak. I don't know what somebody's saying.
Why you keep doing that? This shit's really weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, listen. I came on here to bring you followers to apologize and gift you, and also to build with the people a little bit. But here's the thing. That's what I'm gonna say. Black man, look at Nature Boy. All right. I represent you. I represent you in a very powerful state, in a very disciplined state, in a very righteous, understanding state of your mind at the capacity. This is the stuff that's going to happen to you when you wake up and truly become who you truly are. I want you to look at what's happening to me. I want you to see how they will repeat lies over and over until it becomes the truth. If you repeat a lie over and over and over and over, if you depict somebody and take all the negative that you see and twist it into something demonic and then put it on a page and then you create it and you say it over and over and over, it becomes truth. What I'm telling you is that this is the type of stuff we're going to have to deal with, and not to complain about it, but your own people are going to attack you. I want you to remember one thing. Jesus was black, right? So we say Jesus was black. Who killed Jesus? His own people. Let me tell you something, black man. Black man, let me tell you something. Your own woman is set up and designed to where you wake up to demolish you, put you behind bars, lock you behind a cage, but they don't know I'm Caesar.
No,
I come to free you. I come to let me finish, King.
But that's not cipher.
Let me I gotta go. Just let me say this last thing.
Y'all can not cipher. I can't allow you to sit here.
Hold on. We could go to my panel. We can go to my panel and discuss that. I just want to say this before I go, because to bring things in order and balance, and this is what I want to say. When you start to wake up, you will be public enemy number one, and they're going to come for you because they're there to break your spirit. White supremacy has programmed your woman, society, everything to be against you, but that's the obstacle course. that's what you're supposed to face. You're supposed to overcome it. It's there for you to overcome, not to be afraid of. Don't be afraid of what you see I'm going through. Still rise. Still be strong, because as black men, we are the rulers of this whole planet, and we have to get over all the things that they're doing to us, take it like the Christ did, and still say, I love you. Because at the end of the day, we are the rulers and the true rulers of this planet. And everything in it and on it belongs to us. And so you're going to have to go through that. When you see hate behind you, you know you on the righteous path. Listen to me. Listen. You know you on the righteous path when you see that hate behind you. When you see them hating you, crucifying you, when you see a whole room full of people. If you see somebody that's liked by everybody, they're not telling you the truth. The truth speaker has no friends. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to it's the African proverb. The truth speaker has no friends. You will see a group of people following and hating and bashing the true black man that has risen to his full capacity, because he has to go through the rites of passage to own this thing again and become God. So and I want you to don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of being hated, because you have to be hated, because you have to overcome that to conquer this. It's like an obstacle course. It's all there to validate you, to be the chief and the king that you are in the end. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because your black woman is watching you even through the abuse. She has to abuse you to see if you're strong enough to get over all of it. And if you rise, and if you stay strong and rise to the top of all of that, she will bow to you, and everything's gonna bow to you on this planet. I promise you, black man, you God. And your woman is there to serve you. You understand me? She's there to help and serve you. You understand? That's not abuse. That's not abuse. It's not abuse for you to be masculine.
Why you abuse?
It's not abuse.
Nah, bro,
and with that being said, like to the true divine feminine out there that has no combativeness with anything that I am as a man, I respect you and I salute you. To everything else, you know what you get from me. Abuse, whatever you want to call it. It's war. Let's get it. I love myself.
Oh, goodness. This is so disgusting. I can't believe it.
Where'd he go?
It's so
He said he was going. He's gone on his live. Yeah,
no, that's not cypher, because
he can't face truth. He can't face truth.
No, it ain't
He's
about
a manipulator. He's a liar. He has abused several women, and I just can't believe that he's here still trying to manipulate women to persuade them to his abusive ways. A man is not supposed.
Well, first of all, when he came on the panel, it was not. We didn't have any of that going on.
Right.
None of that.
Right.
Nothing was. Nothing. This whole panel is not
positive.
Not to attack him.
Yeah.
Right. You know, that's not what it was about. You know, other people who are allowed to come on came on, and that's immediately they just started attacking
him. Yeah.
And that's not what this is about.
The thing that I don't understand.
All our topics have not been about attacking Nature Boy. Yes, whatever he is doing.
That's true.
Listen, whatever he is doing in his world, that is what he is doing. That don't have nothing to do with none of us. No, not you, Divine, not you, Part, not Tanuki. It don't have anything to do with us.
Right.
Everybody that's in his camp, that's them. All of them are grown. So that don't have any. That doesn't affect me. I do not allow that to affect me. What somebody else is doing.
Exactly.
I worry about me. I don't worry about others.
And the like you said, the conversation was completely different.
That shouldn't even affect. You know, if that don't have anything to do with you,
it's affecting our younger community.
Like but hold on, this is the thing. Then why don't you go out? And I'm not trying to attack you, but I'm just saying this as a person, just living my life, bopping through, not messing with anybody. If you feel that way, why don't you go out and you do something instead of sitting here talking about what he's not doing right? Why don't you get off live right now?
Oh, I do this all the time.
Figure out a way. Go figure out a way to give back. No, but for real, go figure out a way to give back.
I do it all the time.
Okay, so then
This is the
thing. This is the other thing. How do you think that you're going to effectively get across to somebody being belligerent, being warlike? That does not work. I let you speak. I didn't say anything the whole time. I let everybody speak, so let me just speak. I don't understand how you seek to reach someone with such an aggressive perspective or such an aggressive attitude toward it. The thing is that I told him many times tonight, and y'all know this, I agree with some things, I am in opposition to some things. However, I still respect you as a human being because I understand true love, grace, and mercy. And one of the things that you have to do is let people live. That's the thing. He's not affecting you directly. Once he starts affecting you directly, then I can understand that. But I get that he's done some nasty things to some people, and I understand that too. But who am I to judge? I am not God. You're not God. And let this man, like, y'all came on her panel, completely changed the whole topic,
He was on
That's not what we were doing.
That's a whole nother thing, and y'all came to attack him. And I am not about attacking people. Right. I am about love. Right.
The fact that people still talking about him and he not even in the room just shows how.
Exactly.
So let's get on that shit. Let's get on.
I just had to say that we all know what he's doing, what he's about, but we don't need to do all of that because that doesn't affect. It shouldn't affect you.
Oh, yes, it does. It's affecting our.
It affects me. It makes my ass itch every time I see him. No disrespect to nobody else.
I'm not sure why it doesn't.
Yes, he made my hair look like
this.
Our
black women being abused like they are.
But that's a problem. People worry about stuff that they don't have no control of. They worry about what they don't have no control of.
We don't have control over it, but we can speak awareness of
other things.
We are aware of it. You speaking, you preaching to the choir right now. We're all aware of what he got going on. All of us knows what he's doing. We all understand.
Yeah, and they like some of the stuff, and some of the stuff they don't like.
I used to study with
him. To the choir. That's not the type of. That's not.
Who's that talking?
Hey, I don't know who. No, that's not me talking. I would never ever talk in the defense of him in any type of way. Ever.
No one's defending Nature Boy. What we're executing, freedom of
thank you for allowing me to come here, but I knew he was going to run and I came here because I am actually a real woman and he.
Who are you?
So I'm going to leave.
So what are you saying?
What number is that? What number are you?
Number 7.
Okay.
I appreciate you, Kanuki.
I'm following you, number 7.
Okay, and I'm going to make my panel and finish this awareness on the abuse of my youth.
Okay, have a great one.
Tanuki, do you have admins at all in here?
Nope.
No? Said no admins. You need to go set admins in this time. You know how we get down.
Yeah, you really do. See, sometimes to help control the room a little bit. It's not about. It wasn't about people getting misconstrued with what he was trying to say. Forget whatever he does in his household. Forget whatever that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. People get so misconstrued and want to judge somebody else, but forget the message of what somebody's trying to bring to you. All the message is, and the lessons because the lessons that he followed, I studied, and the lessons teach about the duality and the submissiveness between both. How can I expect my woman to listen? I'm not gonna say to listen, but how can I expect my woman to follow my suit and to lead if I don't show any form of submission to her? You feel me? In order for her to feel comfortable and to submit full-heartedly to me, and I don't mean submit as like walking around like no dog and none of that, but I'm talking about to be